Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2019 mid-month general readings. This reading is for the Earth sign of Capricorn for the last half of December. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to any new people who may be with us for the first time, and welcome back followers and subscribers. Thanks to all of you who continue to send in your support, feedback, comments, all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I always say that because I always want to give kind of a note of gratitude, especially during the holiday season. It's something that I always say, but it's something I always mean too. I am very grateful for all the support and, continued activity and involvement. So thanks for that. All right, so this reading is for Capricorn for the last half of December. That's Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising if your Venus is in Capricorn, or if you're cross-watching for a Capricorn. But general readings, as many of you know, always resonate a little differently for everybody. So watch your other signs if you know them. If you can, it can be helpful. If any of you are interested in reaching out for a personal reading with me, just click on the description link below for more info and contact details. Email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all the main areas of life: love and romance, relationship compatibility, charting, career, work and finance, general health and well-being. And personal readings do make wonderful gifts for friends, family, loved ones, particularly during the holiday season. So something to keep in mind. And also I do 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And people order them at all times of the year, but I always get a lot of requests for them at this time of the year as we are transitioning out of one year and looking ahead into the new one. So just another option for those of you who are interested. You can send me an email. I'd be happy to set something up with you. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry with more info the same day or within the first 24 hours. So shoot me an email and we'll go from there. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what the last half of December has in store for you. I hope everyone is having a very lovely holiday season in one way or another. Okay, Capricorn. We begin with the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Six of Swords, we have the Eight of Cups, followed by the Two of Swords, from the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Nine of Swords. I don't like that. I don't like your overall energy, Capricorn. Nine of Swords, that represents a lot of mental stress, anxiety, worry, fear. Often I see this card come up when someone's in fear of the future and they're envisioning all these different outcomes for something, and it's almost always the worst possible outcome. What am I going to do if this happens? What am I going to do if this always happens? I bet this person's going to do X, Y, Z, whatever. Fill in the blank. It doesn't mean that the source of your concerns aren't valid, but the Nine of Swords usually comes up when they become so big in your head that they're kind of consuming you, maybe causing you insomnia, etc. Because Swords is governed by the element of air, and in the tarot, the Suit of Swords represents what goes on up in our heads, our belief systems, ideologies, thoughts, words, ideas, perspectives, perceptions, and how we communicate those outwards. So the Nine of Swords it's too much stress, anxiety, and worry. Particularly, I think for some of you, about the outcome or how something's going to play out in a future scenario which hasn't even unfolded yet. It's kind of like you're trying to future trip, We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So I feel like many of you are just standing in your own energy, in the strength of who you are. Kings and Queens represent individuals who have reached the top of their suit. They've kind of mastered their game. Pentacles is governed by the energy of Earth, the element of Earth, which is your element: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising, showing up as a queen, but could be a king too. So Queens and Kings represent individuals who have reached a point of at least mostly reached a point of mastery, self-control, discipline, responsibility, with the character traits that are inherent or natural to their suit. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, and Pentacles in the tarot is about the stability and structure of our life, often the physical structure of our life, or the efforts we put into attaining things that make us, the structure of our life feel stable. So it often, not always, but often comes up for things like money, finance, property, real estate assets, job, etc. The efforts we put into acquiring those things. It could be money, material possessions, stable long-term relationships, etc. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's, she's very naturally good at those sorts of things, particularly as she continues to get older. And she has kind of an inherent natural talent for it, She's very practical. She's a very good nurturer. She's very good at showing her love in practical, physical, tangible ways. She's very good at anything that has to do with that sort of role, and she makes it look effortless too, which often people do when they are in an area that they're talented in or that is natural for them. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Swords, which is a card of healing. It's a card of moving away from a difficult time, place, situation, etc., choppy, turbulent waters, and into a place that's more smooth, calm, placid, serene. You're not quite to the shore and on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards that. Now, for some of you, this can be literally healing with your finances and your financial and material stability. Some of you, I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, for some of the general readings in the recent past for you guys, you've had some big change in your life not too long ago, and you've been working hard since then to kind of pull things together and build up a new stable foundation for yourself, and you are continuing to do that. Again, you're not quite to the other shore and on solid ground, but you're definitely moving towards that. There might be good days and not so good days, but you're generally still continuing to move in the right direction, and you will get there. But there is this sense of stress, anxiety, and worry. For some of you, it might be about your financial and material stability and security. Some of you, it might be about relationships or a particular relationship. Maybe wondering, stressing out about how something's going to play out in the future. It could be a loved one, it could be family, friends, children. And in general reading, it's often hard to tell. We have the Eight of Cups and the Two of Swords. And I'm a bit bothered by this, Capricorn, because the Eight of Cups is a card of leaving something behind, walking away from something, someone, because you find it disappointing, disillusioning, not fulfilling. Making up your mind to turn around and go in a different direction because you don't like whatever it is these cups represent for you. However, the clarifying card for the Eight of Cups is the Two of Swords, which is a card that represents feeling stuck, not knowing what to do, but actually not really looking at something that's right in front of you that needs to be looked at or addressed, hence the blindfold. Sometimes the Two of Swords can represent, having your head stuck in the sand about something. There's a reluctance or a resistance to look at something that's right in front of you because I don't know why. I mean, it could be a variety of different reasons. It looks like there's healing. I feel like, Capricorn, you either have turned away from something, a situation, a person, and you're just kind of standing there going, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to look at this anymore. But, and this, his back is turned or her back is turned, and in this one, you're blindfolded. So, but yet there's this sense of wanting healing. And it looks like, I think, what I'm getting for some of you, this may not resonate for everybody. If it doesn't, it's not for you. I feel like you're really worried and stressed about something. Again, there's not a clear indication here of what it can be, but there's a lot of mental thought about it. Because a lot of the worry cards or turning away cards are not pentacles, for many of you, this may not have anything to do with finances or material issues. I feel like you guys are working hard on that and moving forward. For some of you, it might be, but I feel like, the other energy outside of your energy and the Queen of Pentacles and all this mental energy is Cups, which represents our emotions, as governed by water, the element of water. I feel like you want healing in a situation that has you very stressed out and worried. Perhaps it's a relationship. but you've sort of, in a way, maybe literally or figuratively, have turned your back on it, the situation, the person. But there's something that you're not looking at that's going to be required in order for you to have true healing and forward movement in this situation or relationship. And I feel like for some reason, maybe just anger or resentment or bitterness, or maybe it's over past things, maybe you're still holding on to stuff from the past, you don't actually want to address this directly. Maybe you just feel like it's better to just leave, to just separate, to just go off the grid, to just, call it done. But yet you can't really achieve the healing and restoration that you need and that you really crave and want. And I think that you already know that because you're still going over and over and over and over it in your head. Let's pull a clarifying card for what this stress, anxiety, what it is you feel like you need to turn away from or have turned away from, or who you've turned away from. The Five of Pentacles. This is a card that represents insufficiency and lack, not having enough, not being enough. It can represent not having enough money. Again, perhaps you guys are really worried about, some of you are worried about money. You're working hard. You're working hard to get yourself out of a place of financial instability into stability. For others of you, on an emotional or relationship level, this can represent feeling shut out, abandoned, rejected, not good enough, being on the outside, being the redheaded stepchild. So perhaps for those of you for whom this may be a relationship reading, this could be love and romance, it could be family, friend. Maybe somebody hurt your feelings, maybe in the past or the recent past. Maybe somebody made you feel less than or made you feel not good enough in some sense. Maybe because you have your back turned and you're shutting the person out. Maybe you're wanting to make them feel shut out and unworthy or not good enough, or, give them a bunch of silence because maybe you feel like they did that to you in the past. For those of you for whom that's accurate, there's more of a sense of petulance and resentment that's based on an old argument or old hurts or grudges or grievances in the past. Again, it's the holiday season, and issues that we deal with the rest of the year can often, especially in relationships, family, can often be magnified during the holidays. Because there's so much pressure put on the idealistic happy family. All right, let's see what advice and guidance is for you, Capricorn, what the higher message from Spirit is, how best to navigate through this energy for the remainder of December. What does Spirit think? The Three of Pentacles, followed by the Eight of Wands. Spirit thinks that you should reach out, or that there should be some kind of collaboration or teamwork, because that's what the Three of Pentacles represents. This is a card that represents, this is not an I card, this is a we card, it's not a me card. This is a card that represents compromise and negotiation. In the Gilded Tarot, it doesn't display this in the artwork, although in a lot of other tarot decks it does. It usually shows other people working with this person. This is about working with more than one person, working with another person or a group of people, because you have one thing that you agree on. You may have different ideas on how to accomplish that, on how it needs to be done, but this is a card about everybody kind of coming to the table, contributing their own ideas, opinions, thoughts, skills, expertise, etc. Maybe arguing a bit about that, but ultimately collaborating, compromising and negotiating, giving a little bit here, taking a little bit here, in order to either continue the stability of something or continue to grow something. It's about everybody agreeing on one common goal and then compromising and negotiating on how that is to be accomplished. It's a we card, not a me card, which means that in order for this situation to be healed, and I don't mean left or walked away from or turn your back on it, I mean to actually achieve healing in this situation, it's going to require teamwork, collaboration, working together, talking together, compromise and negotiation. That means that it can't be all one person's way. It has to be about everybody involved kind of contributing. It can't be like it's my way or the highway, or I'm not going to budge on anything. And because Spirit is giving this as the higher message as advice, it means that there is a way for healing in this situation. And the Eight of Wands is a card of communication, powerful, positive communication, sometimes of travel, maybe reaching out to this person, whether in travel or just in some form of communication, in order to go, okay, you've been on this side, I've been on this side, and neither one of us has been willing to budge. So let's see if there's a way we can meet in the middle on this thing. In order to achieve actual real healing, so that there's not all this stress and that people aren't feeling shut out, abandoned, rejected, not good enough, etc. So kind of a bit of a heavy reading, but positive, because there is, I feel quite strongly, a positive path for healing here, regardless of whether this is love and romance, family, money, etc., or a combination of all of the above. So Capricorn, that is your reading for the last half of December. I hope that you found it helpful and useful in some way. If, again, any of you are interested in reaching out for a personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the description link below. Email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you and set something up for you. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week, sometimes 7. It is all that I do and what I truly love to do. So I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules and my own to get readings out in as timely a fashion as possible. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry the same day or within the first 24 hours. So again, if you're interested, shoot me an email and we'll set something up for you. So Capricorn, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the January 2020 general readings, the first readings of our new year. In the meantime, I hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed and safe holiday season, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.